Yeah, definitely going to see here. And sure enough, there you go. There's Incomplete's board. Has the Kled, but really banking off that early Callista that can get you through the early game pretty well.
Yeah, and Incomplete level to 5 before the Stage 2 Carousel, really aggressively trying to keep this streak. This is a playstyle that Incomplete clearly is super comfortable with and almost maybe needs to have these consistent high placements.
Yeah, it's interesting because at least, you know, in certain ladders, you don't see as much of this. The fact that he's not going to hit an Econ breakpoint unless he's willing to sell this Yasuo.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see because this is a pretty low economy, but this is what we were talking about, the clash of two styles, right? One is the high economy open fort, the other is the low economy strong board, and they're clearly clashing right now. It's 9. Is he going to go to 10? Is he really going to stay at 9?
I mean, has to sell a Poppy pair, it looks like, or yeah.
Okay, he
sells the Poppy pair. I mean, that's probably correct, but...
Yeah, so here we see a Draconic 3, which again, good economy, lost streaking really well. Has some AP items, though. A bit worried, to be honest, because late AP items have not been doing as well today so far. So we'll have to see if that, you know, if he can transition this into a strong carry, maybe hit something strong like a Teemo. But not really great Zyra items, which is what you would play in this comp. Honestly, not even great Vel'Koz items. So...
Shuriken on their side, a player who played AP very well last game, had the Teemo too, ended up getting a second with it, had a kind of AP Draconic start himself.
Last game we saw him turn it into a Force of Nature with the Radiant Blessing, so now we get our chance to see what the Radiant Blessing is, and it's a single Nico.
Wow. Okay, maybe good for Liu Li if you're able to land on a Vel'Koz too. That would certainly stabilize this board very well. How much does Liu Li consider rolling down here, though? 4 Spellweaver board.
Yeah, my one concern here is that a Vel'Koz without any item that can generate mana will end up quite a bit weaker. And we see Spencer drop into Radiant Blessing territory as well, getting his Nico's help. These are not the best items.
Not the best, not terrible, but no mana generation item, as you said, is going to be really unfortunate for the Vel'Koz.
Correct. Yeah, the thing to note is, I agree with you on the Deathblade. The challenge is if you go the Bloodthirster, your Kled kind of lacks the AD he needs to do enough damage, and so that can be really concerning. He's 1 Kled away. Does he keep rolling for it?
Oh, for sure.
Now, this is something we were talking about during Game 1, is that a lot of the style right now has been greeting around, you know, trying to hit it. But no, it looks like he's going to roll down here and really look for that Kled.
Oh, he found it. The Nico levels to 6, plays the Ziggs. Okay, doesn't have time to do all of it. Because Spencer's aggressive roll right there was really impactful, because as soon as he hits the Kled 3, can level, play the Ziggs for the 6th Hellion, and that is such a huge Kled buff that's going to not only further stabilize Spencer, but also put a lot of pressure on the rest of the lobby, and really chunk them, but might not even be winning this matchup, though.
So, on the other side, this is what we're talking about with the Vel'Koz, who has 2 Nikos on the other side, by the way, which is really smart to hold that, because you can hit something like a Teemo, or, you know, something else, like a Gwen even, and go really strong.
On the bench,
that's a good point. If he can get one more Akshan, that'll be really strong, because we've seen Akshan 2 is definitely one of the highest potential carries in the game right now.
And these are very good items for it. Rolls another Kale, only 8 seconds left, asking to roll down. Otherwise, these items are going on the Lucian, and maybe staying there, with the Nico's help.
Oh, he Nico, wow.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I do like this play. I think from Mbappe's point, I think even just playing for a 5th or a 6th in this game is going to be okay. I think trying to greed out for the Akshan and going 8th puts Mbappe in a really awkward, maybe unrecoverable spot over the next 2 games, because, you know, we're getting down to things. We need top 4 to advance.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said earlier on, Lucian is definitely the comp that I think is the most reliable top 4 comp.
Yeah.
He's got the 6 Sentinel, 2 Cannoneer, Lucian comp. It's a very strong comp. And so when you don't hit the Akshan, I think that is definitely the play to keep your health up. And like you said, push for a top 4, because that's really what you're looking for at this point.
100%. See Nukumaru's pivot here, rolling during the Raptors. I really like how players started doing this, actually. They're not waiting until, 5-1 to do this, and then making their boards really awkward and losing HP from it, but they're doing it during the neutral rounds, giving themselves a bit more time, because it is hard to do everything in TFT all in one round. Only a few players have really seemed to, master all of, what you have to do in that time.
Yeah, on the dev side, we call that, time is a resource, and it's
yeah.
up to you how to use that resource. And so,
100%.
the big thing here is we saw Nukamaro get to this point with that early Riven, and so it looks like he's trying to pivot into another Lucian comp. Looks like he was hoping to hit a Draven, but hasn't hit that, and so I think we now have 3 Lucian players in the lobby.
Yeah, it's up there. I think it is 3. And this lobby is a bit different because there's no like super win streakers, right? No one at like that 70 HP still win streak at this point. Nukamaro has done a pretty good job of it, but as we see on the bottom there, 3 loss streak is now being like, all right, I'm feeling pressured. Only player to have not hit the Radiant Blessing so far, and the Gwen might change that though.
Yeah, Gwen very strong here.
Oh, so good. Gonna be able to take him out. Yes,
got it.
Finds his way to the Galleon, and Bramble's great at dealing with the Kled, but not when there's no carry left
DPS.
alive.
Yep.
This is the matchup, and Mbappe is going to be the loser of it, unfortunately. Mbappe going from 8th to 1st to 8th. Very, very volatile.
Nukamaro, who was in first not, three rounds ago, now sitting in 7th.
Yeah, this has probably turned into a, 6 or 7 loss streak now, in which we've lost, like, 70 HP. It's just massive losses every single turn.
Yeah, we can see here again, like, you've got the Revenant, you've got the 4 A-Bomb, which is all really good, but when your opponent is a high DPS front-to-back champ, like either Draven or Lucian, and has the Giant Slayer, that's where this comp really starts to falter, and so at this point, you kind of need something to really slow that down, maybe your own Rel, or a very well-positioned Gwen. The other thing is you've got to use Inanimate to try to protect that front line as long as possible.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, not a big fan of this positioning because, again, this will allow things like Lucian and Draven to just cut through without that Inanimate buff.
Okay, yeah, it's not going to be protecting the Fiddlesticks, but Fiddlesticks will be providing that that Frozen Heart, to the Draven. It's going to be slowed down a little bit. But, oh man, Gwen just gets dealt with so fast, so early. Draven with Giant Slayer just tears everything else. There's no damage left alive. I guess there's a Heimer 1 cast and some bunch of HP, but HP is not enough. Yuli will certainly fall in 3rd place.
Like I said, really like this Draven itemization. This is really good here. Has the 4 Forgotten. A lot of supporting traits here. So now it all comes down to Draven versus Illusion. Okay, Forgotten Spatula. This is big. 6 Forgotten is massive. This is an additional like 50 AD. Doesn't go for it though.
Wow. I mean, if he was level 9, certainly would find a way to play the 6 Forgotten, but maybe considering he's level 6, doesn't think that that's really feasible at this point.
Whew. Yeah, that's true. He does have to dig up and find. I guess he can find an MF. There's an MF in the shop.
Yeah,
too.
there is an MF in the shop. I mean, oh man.
Oh, you take out the Diana, you run the 6
2020.
Forgotten.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, Diana is still good. If something can break the Banshee's Claw on this Lucian and Diana can disrupt it during a key ultimate, it might be okay. And between a Thresh and a Viego, the tools are there to break the Banshee's Claw.
Yeah, agree. And we see definitely on, the right side with the Draven to avoid the Lucian ult. So we'll have to see here.
Go. Thresh breaks the Banshee's Claw.
Ooh.
Viego's in the back line, starts
Viego got
stealing
it.
the Lucian and does so fast.
Nice.
Lucian going to the other side. That is clearly going to be a Draven win in this fight. Esha gonna be dropping to 1 HP.
1 HP in a dream.
Next round could be his last.
Yeah, the thing to note about Viego is that Viego 1 has kind of been nerfed to the point where he's just more disruption. It's very difficult to steal.
Yes.
But Viego 2 is a large upgrade. And so when you have that Viego 2, who also has 4 Forgotten to get the AP, he will steal units very quickly. And as you notice, he did get that Quicksilver.
Yep.
So,
100%.
Yeah, that Viego is going to steal things very fast. And so it's all going to come down to if Lucian can stop the Viego before he himself gets grabbed. And like you said, there is 1 Banshees, but 1 may not be enough.
1 may not be enough. Let's see. Viego is going to jump towards the back line yet again. This Rel now has Warmogs and the D-Claw, but it's actually moved out of the way. The Draven is still free-firing the back line. Same with the Lucian, but Viego once again finds his way into the back line, is looking to steal Esha's Lucian. Just a couple more ticks, and it's happening. Esha, oh man, is going to go out in second here. Still a solid performance, but incomplete. Taking the lobby with that Draven board.